When it comes to the excuses as to why we have too much fat, or the reasons why we have a so-called obesity epidemic, a single day rarely passes in my part of the world where a new one isn't put forward. The whole philosophy is driven in part by the scientific community, who busy themselves with trying to find a new one for obvious reasons, largely to justify their own existence, but also, if they are sufficiently unscrupulous, to con the unsuspecting and vulnerable general public, 65% of whom are overweight, into parting with their money. A perfect example is a research institute, and I use the term advisedly, not a million miles away from where I am now sitting, who have devised a quasi-personalized diet regime based upon personal profiling. Complete and utter garbage. There are other institutions who have managed to convince people that it's down solely to their bad genes or their genes having gone wrong. No. Your genes, which have been handed down to you from generations extending back thousands of years, are almost identical to the genes in the person in sub-Saharan Africa who has not seen a proper meal, ever. And in fact are doing exactly what they have evolved to do, and that is to convert excess food, in particular carbohydrate, into storage in the form of subcutaneous fat. That's exactly what's supposed to happen. Excuses from individuals include things like, I don't have the time, which of course translates to, I'm too busy wasting my time on social media. Or, I can't exercise because my knees hurt. Well, firstly, your knees are hurting because you are carrying too much fat, but importantly, you won't exercise the weight off anyway. This has to be done through changing the way you eat. And another one is, I have a slow metabolism. Well, yes, you probably do, but that's related to the insulin resistance that you've built up by eating wrongly. The latest is that it's all the fault of the bacteria in the gut. Well, good luck with that one, given that there are trillions of the little things residing in your bowel, and as a result, there's effectively an infinite number of variations between individuals. But from a practical perspective, so what? I may have to eat my words, but I think it's extremely unlikely. None of this is helped by the fact that we conveniently sidestep the truth by using terms that deliberately avoid the F word. I am, of course, referring to fat. And that brings us conveniently to the elephant in the room. No pun intended. We are all piling on the fat because we are eating too much refined carbohydrate too often, leading to insulin resistance. The one excuse that was once tenable, namely ignorance, has now been rendered completely untenable by Nestea, which gives you all the information you need and more.